right. One movement I see a lot of people struggle with in general, or maybe just doing it improperly, is the row. Um, Not necessarily the rowing machine, but the strength movement of row. Whether you're using a dumbbell, a kettlebell, bands, same idea goes for all of these different movements. But essentially, the row is a back exercise. A lot of people using it as a bicep exercise, and yes, this is kind of like a secondary muscle group that is being utilized, but it is not the primary one. So with the row movement, what we're trying to do is we're pulling the weight and we're trying to pull the shoulders back and down, keeping the core engaged. We're not trying to stick the chest out, but pulling the elbows back and down as if we're trying to touch them behind the small of our back, right? And yours may go back a little farther. We're not going to touch our elbows back behind us, but that is the general movement. The same, we have a standing row. We would have perhaps a bent over row where we're starting to use gravity against us. This is what I see a lot of people struggling with. With the weight, what they're doing is trying to pull it up towards their armpit. That's just, okay, this is the movement and this is what I'm doing. When in fact, that's a great start, but no, we're trying, again, pulling that elbow back and down. So we're almost pulling the weight towards our pocket, not towards our armpit. And squeezing the shoulder blade back and down, you should feel a contraction in this general area. Whether you're doing one arm, two arms, same thing. Keeping the chest proud. Again, you're not sticking the chest out. Keeping the core engaged. Pulling those elbows back and down and squeezing the back. Same thing as if you were to have, bands attached to a secure surface. You're not just pulling here, you're pulling back and down, keeping the core engaged, keeping the shoulders back and down. Squeeze the back as if you're touching those elbows and back out. Squeeze and back out. Very simple movement, but it is, again, one that a lot of people do struggle with the proper form. If you find that your shoulders are coming up when you're doing the movement, the weight may be too heavy. So try with a lighter weight, even try with no weight. If you're squeezing the proper muscle, you're going to feel it, whether you have a weight or not. But go ahead and try to incorporate those cues next time you do the row, and hopefully you feel it in the proper spot if you haven't been already.